Morning, everyone. Don worked on waterproofing my fountain again yesterday, and I have to say it's looking really pretty when he's able to plug the hole so the water goes over the top instead of back down where it came from. It looks nicer. We're up and moving 7:30 this morning, try to get in our walk before we do the drive to Charlotte. I'm not 100% sure exactly what time Johnny's going to show up. Sooner than later, because he's got to pack up all his robot gear. Now that I've put the food down for the kitties, I've got to go switch out the 3D print. Well, it sure looks impressive. Wow. Well, I think it's okay. All the lines seem to be parallel. I did not recalibrate it, but all the interior lines seem nice and parallel. We'll let her rip. This one's not a super long one, but I don't know how long. Cancer! Good morning, buddy. Hi. Good morning, sweetheart. It's going on 9 now. Plowing through the chores. Don came out and helped with the extra watering because it's going to be a scorcher today, and we're not expecting rain for several more days yet. And Prince going good. Hopefully we'll be out of here on our walk in a few minutes. Gotta switch out this nasty water though. Pretty much every morning. Raccoons have too much fun with it. But it comes in handy to water this plant, so, and occasionally the geranium. There you are. Good morning. Oh, good morning. Big stretch. Big stretch. And we're off on our walk. We've got just enough time to get it in before we gotta get busy. Johnny get home, pack up the robot bins. I put a chicken on this morning. I need to debone it before we leave. While the guys are packing, I can do that. So, like I said, it's working on hot quick out here. I heard Dawn ask what the forecast was for Charlotte, and she said 92 and 69. So the nights are starting to feel a little nicer, but the days, the next few days are pretty hot. I'm guessing the paint and the grass might mean things are more imminent about to start over here, but
I think it's 8 days. From when they mark it, it's good for 8 days.
Okay.
And if you do it after, if you cut the line on the 9th day, then they charge you for it.
We did the Pokemon loop and the ball field to re-fence, and we're gonna walk the track one time because the loop is kind of like 2 laps worth in one loop. Right. It's hot out here. It's the last day for the splash pad. There's a lot of people enjoying it.
Yeah.
Dang it, I said all summer I was gonna go get under it one time, and I never did, and now I'm regretting that. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm glad to be sitting down in the car. So Johnny got home and we finished up 3D prints, and he finished final adjustments on the robots. Tried out that new weapon on landmine that his friend designed for him. I'll put that clip in after this clip so you can see it. It was pretty impressive. And we've got robot parts packed up. We got stuff for the dorm packed up, and we're on our way. It's 2:40. Says about 5:15 we'll get there. Add on 15 minutes for the stop in Thomasville. P-brake and a fast charge brake. And anyway, we're off. It feels good to me to sit down. So here's the new blade, the new weapon that Johnny's friend designed. Looks like it's doing really good. Brought the Lego with me. I'm gonna try to build the witch while we drive down the road. It's only 257 pieces. And then I might try to build the cat, the upper right hand corner, because I've got 2 of these boxes. So a witch and her purple cat. Oh, wow. All these people over here by the lake today. This is where the drone footage was shot. Right as we come on here, and there's a little boat over here on the side. They were fishing. It's a great day to be on the lake here. I would tell you.
In the lake. No,
well,
in the lake.
In the lake. Okay, well, we're not that lucky, but we just passed a Y, and we were waving, and by the time we put our hand down, we passed a 3. It's like, wow. Sharon Harris Lake, County Parks. Well, Harris County Park is coming up here on the left. Right where that car is coming out.
Yeah.
A white X got on US 421 North in Siler City right behind us. They've got a Utah plate. Go Tesla. Go Model X.
Well, we may be catching them up at Thomasville.
Yeah, could be. She's done. We're 12 minutes out from the Thomasville Supercharger, so I'd say it took me about half the distance to Charlotte, maybe, to do her. Not too long, an hour-ish, something like that. By the way, I highly recommend that build. It was a lot of fun. Lots of cool detailed parts on the inside. It's 40562, a Creator 3-in-1. It's not out this year, but you can probably find it. Or you could go to Rebrickable and look it up and say, order me the parts. I have to say that the interior colors are not so important, even though it was really neat how they did it. On the inside where you can't see it, you could, for the skirt, for the witch's skirt, you could choose other colors if you had, but anyway, it was a lot of fun. And there's a 3 in front of the X. 5 of the 8 stalls say they're currently available, so hopefully that's the case.
Now, local knowledge here. I know, of course, where it is.
How to turn in. Don't go to the light. Get in the left turn lane and go in. It's also right where the supercharger. Oh, this 3 knows where to go to. The X is going to go to the light because they're new in town.
Rookie.
All stalls are full, and this guy's waiting, and I think there was another car waiting, and there's been several people in and out. We'll be out of here in under 5 minutes. So
well, I don't know. It says it's got. We want to get back here. We'd like to stay here, so it's that we got to charge to like 15%. So we got 16, 17, 18% to go. It's at 96 kilowatts.
Okay. Well, we'll go when we can. I guess I wasn't close enough. You can see it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, the round trip to here
is
to
still
go to Union Day
-1 right
and
now.
And to get back here is 0. So
yeah.
We don't have enough to get back here, and this would where
we could go to Mallard Creek, but who wants to do that?
Well, yeah, but who says we get to Mallard Creek and we're going to be able to charge up?
Right. Yeah, it's saying there's a 5-minute wait here now and a 5-minute wait at Mallard Creek too, which is really not, I mean, God, you wait 5 minutes at the gas pump sometimes, so.
Right.
That's nothing. The cars really have been coming and going and nobody's waited very long, so I think this is accurate.
Right.
Just saying, all the other stations nearby, the only other one with the wait time besides Thomasville is the Mallard Creek station.
I think the 11 means how many is available. So
yeah.
There's quite a few available in places.
So it's really here and Mallard Creek.
Yeah, well, this Thomasville one, the reason it's so popular is that A, it's outside of Charlotte. It's easy on, easy off.
Right, and you get in and out really quick.
And really quick, that's right. And all these other ones are somewhat painful, although Salisbury's not too bad.
Yeah, see, the whole network has red with the number, which is available, except for the one that we're at, and then the one down here by the school.
We're going to try Salisbury on the way back.
We don't think we've been to Salisbury before, so I think we're going to give that a try. It's not a Sheetz, though, best we can tell. There's no gas pumps at that location.
We're going to be here for about another minute. We're going to get up to 15%.
Okay, we're at 13 so now. There's the rack installed above the refrigerator and microwave.
Yeah,
one shelf removed, but it's going to really help with kitchen stuff storage. And here's the new poster installed up top. And of course we had the robot poster over here. So we have come what we meant to do, and the robot bin's all ready to go for competition this weekend. Good luck, Johnny. We'll be watching the live stream and pulling for you. We're done. We're headed out. And they had a tree come down and hit this fence the other night. Yeah. All right, till next time. If not before. Fall break is in like the 3rd weekend in October.
Got your ears on it.
Well, we know what our new favorite supercharging stop is going to be between home and UNCC. It's going to be the one that's at a Culver's here in Salisbury.
Yeah, Johnny will love it.
Yep, that will meet with his approval. Looks like there's some around on the side too.
You want to go over?
I just want to see. Yes, go around on the side. We're trying to see the whole thing. There's where the cabinet is.
Sorry, guy.
Sorry, Model X. The wife's filming, you know.
Yeah. Well, they're nice and wide.
Yep. God, that other one today at the Sheets was making me nervous. It was so tight, it was like sardines. Don and Marianne here at the Salisbury, North Carolina 12-stall version 3 250 kilowatt supercharger.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's kind of an L shape. The cabinets are sideways. Easy, really wide parking places. So if you're the type like us that don't like to rub elbows, this is the place to stop. Easy on, easy off. I-85 is very half a mile off the interstate, so it's easy to get to. It has a pull in, and it also has a handicap parking place down there. Very nice, very large.
Yeah.
250 kilowatt.
Lighting, Culver's to eat at. That's really your only option that's close by, but Culver's. And yeah, the handicap space is great, and the pull-in space is great, and they're not in the way. They're like down here on the end of the parking lot, so you're not gonna have to deal with issues. So unless you need to use the facilities at midnight,
right,
this is a pretty good spot.
But there is, the Culver's is going to be closed, but there is a Shell station that looks like one of those 24-hour type ones right there, so it wouldn't be that bad. That's not a very far walk, but it's you know, a little further than the Culver's.
Well, I'm gonna give it
probably a 7 or an 8.
a 7 out of 10. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's really nice.
As you can see, the Shell station really isn't a far walk from the Culver's, so.
The Wendy's across the street.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff across the street. I had a double bacon cheeseburger, no bun. Yum, yum. Dawn says she's still charging at 60 kilowatts. We could have left like 10 to 15 minutes ago, but I was finishing eating. There was a short line. We didn't wait more than 10 minutes for the food or the line. Obviously, it's dark out and Ruby is very bright. And I looked, and the display is set to auto, which means at sunset it should have switched to dark mode, and it's definitely sunset. I put it in dark mode and it still wouldn't switch to dark mode. So she just wants to be bright. I suppose I can go in there for Dawn, I like brightness, but Dawn is not big on brightness, and I can
put it in auto,
dim it for you manually. It makes it flutter in the camera. That's why it's at 100% all the time. But yeah, that was getting a little bright even for me, I suppose. So we should be home around 10. We're making decent time. And all's good. We're getting home at 27% because we stayed just a little longer than we needed to so I could eat at the Culver's. Don's fasting today, so I didn't tell you what Don had, but if he'd have had his way, he'd have probably had a triple or quadruple bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah, something like that.
So it's 9 o'clock now. We're an hour out. We're getting really close to Siler City, where we'll get off on US Highway 64. That's coming up in about 5 miles. And we've had 2 full self-driving, maybe degraded messages pop up. I'm waiting for it to happen again. This is where it drove us nuts with Jules the last time we were on this stretch of road, although it persisted all the way to the house on several other roads.
Yep.
Don's clear recollection that we were in Jules and not Ruby.
Yeah, because we stopped at this supercharger.
That's right. We attempted to clean the cameras and everything. It was driving us so bonkers.
Yep.
It was basically not usable. It was alerting so often that noise was.
Yep.
Well, she's been quiet here for a little bit. I thought maybe she'd pop up while we were still driving. I sure hope that was not going to be a sign of things to come.
Right. I agree.
But the cars, you know, are both FSD beta and on the same level of software. So, although that was a prior release of the software.
That's right. That was the other release. That's right.
All right. Well, we'll report back. Hopefully that she didn't do the alert anymore between here and the house.
Yeah. Well,
because we're listening to an Audible book, and that's really annoying.
Yeah. That was August like 11th or 12th. I'm sorry, 21st is when it happened. When we were coming back from visiting Johnny after getting my fingerprints.
Yep.
We were in Jules.
It's 9:57 and we're pulling into the neighborhood. We never did have any more of those FSD alerts. So, you know, once or twice or 3 times is like a glitch, and I expect that. I'm just really glad that it didn't turn into what it turned into with Jules the last time. So I could sleep while Don drove us home, because I tried to stay awake and keep Don. He's used to it though. That's why I don't drive us on these longer trips, because I get sleepy every single time. There's no caffeine in the world sometimes that can keep me awake. So anyway,
But we're home.
We're home. I'll let Johnny know. The pumpkin kitty, it's nice and bright.
Yeah.
LEDs in that one are really, really looking strong. I'm liking it.
Yeah, there he is. Really is bright.